Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. This is Sullivan Hours giving my latest review on Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 3, the Southwestward. After surviving their initial attack, the team are trying to struggle what to do next. One thing is to try to find a breach in the wall. We also get to see Conny returning to his whole hometown. Seeing that everything has been ruined and things are the same. Trying to find his family. Hey, the fact that there's no dead bodies, no blood around, still puzzles things. Like, why is his hometown? There's no corpses because it doesn't make sense. Titans are monsters. They attack and eat people. If there's no blood or anything, it's still suspicious. Even though the horses are there, it would be more chance likely if they ride the horses to escape. But yet, there's no signs of blood. As the team realize they have to keep moving, it tries. Or Connie gets this weird sign from one of the monsters, says "Welcome home," and he has this strange feeling, like when he looks at the face of the monster, the way it reacts, like it's like he's looking into the face of his mother, but it doesn't make any sense because if this is his mother, then what happened to the rest of his family? Why are things so different? Eventually Reiner snaps him out of it. They have to keep going, move forward, that the mission comes first. Remember, I've read the manga, I've read the book, so I know what happens next. So I'm not going to spoil too many things for you guys, so I know the details all the way, As the story continues, we get to see that everyone's trying to move forward. Now that word has gotten out that the Titans are inside the walls, everybody's trying to rally what to do next. Aaron's team is trying to move out, with Hange, Levi, Armin, and Mikasa. And they're even bringing the Pastor Nick because he knows something, he knew the secret all along. And they're trying to discover things. They get to find out that one thing, the Titans not only inside the walls, that they helped made the walls. For example, a piece of the shell from the female Titan, Annie Leonhardt's, this consistency with the shell that she used when she goes into her diamond form is consistent with that of the hardening technique they used to seal the walls, which is very odd. They know that there's a Titan inside the walls, but for what purpose? Is it to protect, Because I've read the manga. I know the secrets. I know the details. So I know what's going to happen, And the fact that this man, this priest, he's knew all along, that there's been monsters living inside people, that have been walking around inside humanity, that they know this dirty little secret. The fact that he was willing to die, to commit suicide, to keep his mouth shut, that shows something. But the truth is, he's just a stinking coward, Levi has him at arm's length. Like the second you move, he's gonna kick his ass, which is something I wish he did, because I know what happens, I know what's going on. The main story, everybody else, the rest of the scouts, the ones that are trying to find the hole, they divide the two teams. One is on the south side, the other's on the west. They literally go in a circle to try to find out what's inside the walls. Like, what is the hole in it? Because it doesn't make sense if there are Titans inside the walls. Where's the breach? Where's the hole that they all come through? We have to see, as the characters, they move and develop. Like, for example, Ymir is saying that her and Christa don't have their weapons, so they're basically defenseless, so you can use them for scouts. However, Christa is saying that that's not true. You don't have to defend me, basically. Even though the scout leader, knows that, he still needs them, as essential to the group, because they stick together, they manage to make it out just alive, depends on weapons or not, because what happens next could depend on the next move, especially if they're being hunted, One of the greatest discoveries is that as they're at night, just walking straight to the darkness, because the Titans, they're active in the daylight, but not at night, because they can't see it or don't know what's going on. But one of the creepiest things, it's like in a horror movie, like how they're wearing their torches, running the horses, afraid of the monster. If they do see the light from their torches, they're literally dead meat if they encounter one. Just moving through the darkness. That's kind of like in a horror movie where you're in the forest and the killer is trying to find you, and he sees the glasses and he sees like the light from the flashlight or campfire. You're done for. It's something like that. Now, as they make their way through, they find each other. The two crews who were separated find each other again, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, how are they able to go around in a circle for so long and not find a single hole? Doesn't make sense. If the Titans came through, then how did they get inside? Which is something think they understand. Eventually, they come to realize, they have to keep moving forward because if they didn't find anything, they didn't, and then it's best not to think about it, because they're still out in the open plains and they could, and they're still in danger. So they go to this castle. It's called Utgard Castle, Utgard is it's kind of like this abandoned place, Eventually, they rally through and get together. And later, we get to see Aaron's group. Who, they tried to talk about what to do next, and it's also because of the hardening ability. Because they discovered the Titans have this ability to harden their skin, like the armored and the female Titan. And maybe if Aaron could use his Titan shifter ability to block the hole in Walmaria, and to close the breach, which is a good thing. However, Aaron so far has not displayed such an ability yet. The ability to harden his skin, that's something else. We know he has intense strength, and his intense side, and he still remembers his combat training. But he submits himself too much to his anger and allows the Titan inside him to take control. He can go crazy and kill everybody he knows. So it's crucial for him to get his power under control. Otherwise, it's not going to be this way. Even Levi assures him this later on. Later, they get to see Sasha. How Sasha comes in, everybody's still thinking about what to do next. They bump into her. It's pretty funny, Eventually, they get the report from, or Hange gets the report. I still think they're related because they're pretty much weird people because the way they look alike. Brown skin, the hair. I still think they look kind of the same. They're either sisters or something, At least that's just that's just my fan theory. Eventually, they get the report that the Titans have entered and where the team is headed. And so basically, their job is literally to rendezvous with them, to rescue them, and try to figure out what they're gonna do. Because of this imminent Titan attack. This is unexpected. But now they know where they are, how they have what to do. They're gonna try to rescue them as soon as possible. How Sasha gets a potato as a reward. Remember, she's known as Potato Girl for a reason. If anybody watched the first season and the third episode, because she's all about potatoes and food. Potato Girl. It's still funny. Eventually, we get back to our survivors who are out here in the frontier, in Utgard Castle. Things are what you call still uneasy for them, the fact that they're tired, they have to rest up for the night. Otherwise, they can't, they can go out in the daylight. But if they go out in the daylight, it will be risky because they don't have no idea what the enemy's coming through. Eventually, it's revealed that Pastor Nick tells Aaron's crew that there's a secret. What secret? And it's all around one girl. One of the girls who's with the survivors, who's on the other side in the frontier, Christa, who's hanging around Ymir. Eventually, this secret has not been said in detail, but I know that I read the book. I know. So, but the secret revolves about her. And what exactly is that secret? I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but trust me, it's important. For the overall story, especially if you guys understand. The fact we're going to tell them that much. Remember, Nick is not telling them because he has to, because he wants to, but he can only just go this much because remember, he's just one man, and even though he's a stinking coward, there could be dozens of people who knows about the information he does, and at any point he's done for, for even talking at all. So as their way to Utgard Castle, the team is under attack, but just before that, we get to see this glaring look between Ymir and Reiner, like what's going on, the way she gave him that cold, dead stare, like there was something wrong. I read the book, I know, but they're suddenly under attack. But it doesn't make any sense because Titans are normally active in the daylight, not at night. Even though it's moonlight out, they seem to be, attacking them. And just at the corner of their eye, they get to see him, the Beast Titan. And we know that the Beast Titan can control other Titans. He has intelligence. He's a Titan shifter, a human that can transform into a Titan. And so it's possible that he could control the Titans and make them move at night. I've seen this before. And the way that this guy is just all boss, he's not paying attention to them, man. He's just letting the other Titans do the rest of the damage. That's this guy just being a boss, just minding his own business, even climbing the wall using his own bare hands. It's pretty OP when you see it's, especially in the next episode when more secrets are revealed. The survivors have no choice but to rally together to fight their way out of this. The senior members of the Survey Corps has to protect the rookies because if they manage to get this, then maybe they can rendezvous with the rest of their main forces. But help is on the way. But the truth is, will they get there in time? I know the manga. I've read the book. I know the details. But this was a good episode. I would give this probably 3 out of 5 or 2.5 because remember this is just the beginning of season 2. And remember it's being split into 2 halves. First 12 episodes, then the other 14 episodes will come later in the year, most likely summer or September, which is pretty good. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoy. I really enjoyed this episode. What did you think? Let me know down below. This is Solomon asking my latest review on Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 3. See you guys next time.
We're in Miami.
My brother-in-law. See you guys next time.
Yay.
Bye.